Hey, hey, well-balanced solopreneurs. I'm back. I am back to share the final principle of impact and to share a very special announcement that is so near and dear to my heart on this full moon energy. Feels like the perfect time to let you know. So, I want to talk about consciousness. And I actually, up until about a couple days ago, I wasn't quite sure how I was going to have this conversation because consciousness is a difficult thing to explain. But I feel like most of the people in this group are, you know, conscious or working towards becoming conscious and are working towards finding that all elusive alignment that we talk about. I'm just going to invite some people to come watch me because I'd rather have people watching. Hi, Debbie. I see you. Okay, so we're just talking about that consciousness and what that means and how that fits into our businesses, how that fits into our life and all that stuff. And it was really interesting. I was just in an interview with Flora and we were talking about finding that alignment and understanding who you are at a core level so that you can move forward into the world and put yourself out there and not be borrowing somebody else's shit and trying to make that work for you and it just falls flat on its face because it's not in alignment with who you are and what you're doing in the world. So having that deep understanding and that awareness of self is really what consciousness is. And so we study things like our personal values. And if you don't know what your top 3 values are and you're a solopreneur, you better figure it out like yesterday. That should be in the 911 quadrant if anybody has my creativity cleanse. Being in alignment and being conscious gives you the ability to manifest. So when you know your core values, you know your strengths, you know the shadows that come up, you know your inner beasts that can come up and attack you when you're least expecting, when you know things that trigger you and you have tools and techniques to manage those triggers, when you're working with forgiveness and self-love and truly filling your own cup up first so that you can have that impact. That's where consciousness and alignment come in. So it's really important to understand that everything in your world has been called in by you. Whether you're aware of it or not, we create our own world. So if you have that awareness and you look around and you go, yep, I brought that in. Yep, I brought that in. Yep, I brought that in. Did you do it consciously or did you do it subconsciously? So it may be time to just open your eyes a little bit and look at how you can become more conscious, excuse me, and stand true in who you are. And if you do that, you can have anything you want. I promise you. We don't just do things just because somebody told us we should or somebody else is doing it and it's successful, but we do things because we listen, we trust, and we use tools that support us to move that forward and out into the world. So the final principle of impact is, at impact, we believe in a state of being, an awareness of self and the world around us, and in that awareness, bringing all of the pieces into a cohesive whole that allows us each to show up as we are and to share our light with the world in the most powerful way possible. This space is not a place for doing things for the sake of doing them, taking action without thought, or diving in without first checking in, but rather a place where we can discover our true selves and learn to lean in to what works for us and what doesn't. There you go, the 9 principles of impact. Impact drops tomorrow, so I'll be coming live to share what impact is because you guys have been hearing about it. You know the values, you know the principles behind it, but do you know what impact is? Stay tuned. I'm going to let you know tomorrow. I don't have a time yet, but I'll post in the morning what time I'm going to come live and share that. I'm so excited. This has been birthing since January, and it is time. Let's change the world. Bye, everybody.